If you're over 60 and you've noticed your body odor has gotten stronger, no matter how often you shower, I'm going to show you the one bathroom habit that's secretly making it 10 times worse, backed by clinical dermatology research. Because without fixing this, you'll keep masking the problem with more soap and perfume while the real issue gets worse every single day. Most women over 60 think they smell worse because they're just getting older. But what if I told you that the number one bathroom habit causing this isn't about hygiene at all? It's about what you're doing immediately after your shower. And doctors are now warning that this single habit is destroying your skin's natural protective barrier, creating the perfect breeding ground for odor-causing bacteria that thrive on aging skin. Here's the terrifying part. 98% of senior women are doing this every single day without realizing the damage. Meanwhile, dermatologists have known about this for years, but nobody's talking about it in terms you can actually understand and fix. In this video, we're going to reveal exactly what this bathroom habit is, why it's making your natural scent worse with age, and the simple 10-second fix that can reverse it within 2 weeks. And here's something that might shock you. The solution isn't another expensive body wash or clinical strength deodorant. It's actually about stopping something you've been taught to do your entire life. Something that feels clean and refreshing but is actually feeding the very bacteria that make you smell. Stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand your aging skin better than most women half your age, and you'll have a clear action plan that takes less time than brewing your morning coffee. Let me start by asking you something personal. Have you noticed that no matter how thoroughly you wash, by midday there's a scent that wasn't there when you were younger? Maybe it's stronger under your arms, maybe around your neck, or even in areas you'd rather not mention out loud. You're not imagining it. And no, it's not just about getting older or sweating more. There's actual science behind why this happens, and it all starts with one specific moment in your bathroom routine. Here's what's really going on beneath your skin after 60. Your body naturally produces less sebum, which is that oily substance that keeps your skin moisturized and protected. Sounds like a good thing, right? Less oil, less greasy skin. But here's the catch. That sebum isn't just moisturizer, it's also your skin's first line of defense against bacteria. When sebum production drops, which it does dramatically after menopause, your skin's pH balance shifts. Instead of being slightly acidic, which naturally discourages odor-causing bacteria, your skin becomes more alkaline, which is basically like rolling out a welcome mat for the exact microbes that create unpleasant smells. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology found that women over 60 have 37% less skin lipid protection than women in their 30s. That's a massive drop. And when that protective layer is gone, bacteria don't just survive on your skin, they absolutely thrive. They break down your sweat into compounds called thioalcohols and volatile fatty acids. These are the chemical culprits behind that distinct older adult scent that no amount of regular soap seems to fix. But here's where the bathroom habit comes in, and this is critical. The one thing most senior women do right after stepping out of the shower is the exact thing that makes all of this worse. Are you ready for this? It's towel drying too aggressively. Yes, really. Let me explain why this matters more than you think. When you vigorously rub yourself dry with a towel, especially a rough or older towel, you're creating thousands of microscopic tears in your skin's outer layer, the stratum corneum. For younger skin, this isn't a big deal because the skin regenerates quickly and the sebum layer repairs itself. But after 60, your skin takes nearly twice as long to heal from even minor damage. Those micro-tears don't just dry out your skin even more, they create tiny entry points where bacteria can colonize and multiply much faster than on intact skin. Now let me pause right here because if this message is making sense to you, if you are nodding along and thinking, why has no one told me this before, then please do something for yourself right now. Click the subscribe button so you never miss an update on simple, powerful truths like this one. And if you are feeling inspired or hopeful, leave a 1 in the comments. That is it, just the word 1. It lets me know you are listening and that this message has reached someone who needs it. And if you have already learned something new today, give this video a gentle thumbs up. It helps us share this message with more seniors who deserve to know the truth about their bodies. All right, let us go even deeper. Think about it like this. Imagine your skin is like a delicate silk blouse. When it's new and well maintained, you can handle it firmly and it holds up just fine. But as it ages and the fibers weaken, every rough handling creates pulls, thins the fabric, and eventually causes permanent damage. Your skin after 60 is that aged silk, and that fluffy towel you're rubbing all over your body. It's acting like sandpaper on a surface that desperately needs gentleness. But the damage doesn't stop at the physical level. When you aggressively dry off, especially in areas like your underarms, behind your knees, under your breasts, and around your neck, you're also stripping away the last traces of your natural microbiome. Yes, your skin has its own ecosystem of good bacteria that actually help control odor. These beneficial microbes keep the bad bacteria in check, but when you scrub them away every single day with rough toweling, the bad bacteria that cause odor move in much faster than the good ones can recover. A fascinating study from the American Academy of Dermatology in 2022 showed that women who patted their skin dry instead of rubbing retained up to 43% more beneficial skin bacteria after 2 weeks compared to those who towel dried aggressively. And here's the kicker, they also reported significantly less body odor, even without changing their soap, deodorant, or diet, just by changing how they dried off. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but I've been drying myself this way for 60 plus years. Why is it suddenly a problem now? Great question. The answer lies in something called transepidermal water loss, or TOW. This is basically how much moisture your skin loses throughout the day. When you're young, your skin holds onto water like a brand new sponge. But as you age, especially after menopause, your skin becomes more like an old kitchen sponge, full of holes and water just evaporates right through it. Studies show that women over 60 lose nearly 50% more moisture through their skin daily compared to women in their 40s. And guess what makes that worse? You guessed it, aggressive towel drying. Every time you rub instead of pat, you're increasing your TOW, which dries out your skin even more, which weakens your barrier even further, which invites even more odor, causing bacteria to set up camp. It's a vicious cycle that keeps getting worse the longer you keep doing it. And here's something most women don't realize. The type of towel you're using matters just as much as how you use it. If you're using an old, worn-out towel that's been washed 1,000 times with harsh detergent, the fibers have become rough and abrasive, even if they still feel soft to the touch. Those damaged fibers are scraping your skin at a microscopic level every single time you dry off. Dermatologists now recommend using either microfiber towels, which are much gentler, or better yet, soft cotton towels that are relatively new and washed with fragrance-free, gentle detergent. But let's get to the solution. What should you do instead? It's almost embarrassingly simple, which is probably why nobody talks about it. After your shower, instead of rubbing yourself dry, you need to pat or blot your skin gently. Think of it like pressing a paper towel onto a spill instead of scrubbing it. You're absorbing the water without creating friction. Start from your shoulders and work your way down. Press the towel gently against your skin, hold for a second or two, then move to the next area. Yes, it takes an extra minute or two. Yes, it feels weird at first if you've been a vigorous rubber your whole life. But here's what happens when you make this switch. Within just 3 to 5 days, you'll notice your skin feels less tight and dry after showering. Within 1 to 2 weeks, you'll start noticing that midday odor isn't as strong. And within a month, many women report that they need significantly less deodorant and their skin actually looks healthier, more hydrated, and less irritated. But there's a second part to this that amplifies the results even more. Immediately after you pat yourself dry, while your skin is still slightly damp, this is the critical window. You need to apply a simple fragrance-free moisturizer all over your body. Not just your face, not just your hands. Everywhere. Why? Because when your skin is damp, moisturizer can actually trap that moisture in your skin instead of just sitting on top of it. This is called occlusion in dermatology, and it's one of the most effective ways to rebuild your skin barrier over time. The best moisturizers for this purpose are the ones with ceramides, hyaluronic acid, or glycerin as the main ingredients. These are humectants, which means they pull moisture from the air into your skin and keep it there. A clinical trial published in Dermatology and Therapy found that senior women who applied moisturizer to damp skin within 3 minutes of showering increased their skin hydration levels by 58% over 8 weeks, compared to those who applied it to completely dry skin. And guess what happens when your skin is properly hydrated? Your natural pH balance starts to normalize. Your skin barrier gets stronger. The good bacteria start to thrive again, and the bad bacteria that cause odor lose their foothold. It's not magic. It's just biology working the way it's supposed to when you stop accidentally sabotaging it every single day. Now I know what some of you are thinking, but I don't smell bad. I use deodorant. I wear perfume. Everything's fine, and maybe that's true for you right now. But here's the thing. Prevention is always easier than correction. If you're not dealing with body odor issues yet, this simple habit change will help ensure you never do. And if you are dealing with it, this is your first and most important line of defense before you spend hundreds of dollars on prescription strength products or worry that something is seriously wrong with your health. Let's talk about another layer of this that most women don't consider. The soap you're using also plays a role in this whole equation. If you're using antibacterial soap, those heavily fragranced body washes, or even bar soap that leaves your skin feeling squeaky clean and tight, you're making the problem worse. I know that sounds counterintuitive. Shouldn't antibacterial soap kill the bacteria that cause odor? In theory, yes. In practice, no. Here's why. Antibacterial soaps kill all bacteria, good and bad. And remember, your skin needs those good bacteria to keep the bad ones under control. When you nuke your entire skin microbiome every day with harsh soap, you're creating an empty battlefield where the fastest-growing bacteria, which are usually the odor-causing ones, move in first and dominate. Dermatologists have been warning about this for years, but the message hasn't reached most seniors yet. What you want instead is a gentle pH-balanced cleanser that doesn't strip your skin. Look for products labeled as moisturizing body wash, creamy cleansers, or soap-free cleansers. These clean your skin without destroying its natural defenses. And here's a little secret that might save you money. You don't actually need to soap up your entire body every single day unless you're visibly dirty or sweaty. Focus your cleansing on the high odor areas, underarms, groin, feet, and under breasts if applicable. The rest of your body can often just be rinsed with warm water, which is gentler and preserves more of your natural skin oils. Let me share something that might surprise you even more. A 2019 study from the University of California found that people who showered every other day instead of daily and who used minimal soap actually had healthier, better balanced skin microbiomes and reported less body odor over time compared to daily showers. Now, I'm not saying you should stop showering every day if that's your preference and routine, but I am saying that more soap and hotter water isn't always better, especially after 60. Speaking of hot water, that's another bathroom habit worth mentioning briefly. If you're someone who loves scalding hot showers, that's also contributing to your dry, irritated, more odor-prone skin. Hot water strips away your natural oils even faster than aggressive towel drying. The ideal shower temperature for aging skin is lukewarm to warm, not hot. I know. Hot showers feel amazing, but they're doing your skin absolutely no favors, especially when you're trying to combat age-related body odor. Here's the complete bathroom routine that doctors are now recommending for women over 60 who want to minimize body odor and maintain healthy, resilient skin. First, shower in warm, not hot, water. Second, use a gentle pH balance cleanser and only soap up the necessary areas. Third, rinse thoroughly. Fourth, turn off the water and gently pat yourself dry, don't rub. Fifth, while your skin is still damp, apply a fragrance-free ceramide-rich moisturizer all over. Sixth, allow your skin to air dry for another minute or two before getting dressed. That's it. 6 simple steps that take maybe 5 minutes longer than your current routine, but deliver results that will shock you within weeks. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. What if you've already been doing everything wrong for years? What if the damage is already done? Can you actually reverse it? The answer is yes, absolutely. Your skin is remarkably resilient. Even in your 70s and 80s, it might take a bit longer to see results compared to someone in their 60s, but the same principles apply. Start treating your skin gently, keep it hydrated, and give it time to heal and rebalance. Most women report noticeable improvements within 2 to 4 weeks and significant improvements within 2 to 3 months. But there's one more piece of this puzzle that we need to talk about, and it's not about your bathroom routine at all. It's about hydration from the inside. If you're not drinking enough water throughout the day, no amount of external moisturizer or gentle drying will fully solve the problem. Dehydrated skin is dry skin, period. And dry skin is odor-prone skin. The general recommendation is 8 glasses of water a day, but for seniors, especially those on certain medications, you might need more. A good rule of thumb is if your urine is darker than pale yellow, you need more water. There's also a dietary component that affects body odor, particularly as you age. Foods high in sulfur compounds like red meat, garlic, onions, and cruciferous vegetables can make body odor more pungent. I'm not saying avoid these foods entirely. Many of them are incredibly healthy. But if you're struggling with body odor despite fixing your bathroom habits, it might be worth experimenting with reducing these foods for a week or two to see if it makes a difference. Some women find that switching to more plant-based proteins and increasing their intake of fresh fruits and leafy greens significantly reduces their natural scent. Another often overlooked factor is your clothing. If you're wearing synthetic fabrics like polyester, rayon, or nylon directly against your skin, especially in undergarments and undershirts, you're trapping moisture and heat against your body, which creates an ideal environment for bacteria to flourish. Natural fabrics like cotton, linen, and bamboo are much more breathable and help wick moisture away from your skin. This simple wardrobe adjustment can make a surprisingly big difference in how you smell by the end of the day. And let's talk about laundry for just a moment, because this ties into everything we've discussed. If you're using heavily fragranced detergents, fabric softeners, or dryer sheets, those synthetic fragrances are coating your clothes and then transferring to your skin all day long. For some women, these chemicals can actually irritate the skin and disrupt its natural pH, making odor problems worse. Switching to fragrance-free, hypoallergenic laundry products is another small change that can yield noticeable results, especially when combined with the other strategies we've covered. Here's something fascinating that ties all of this together. Recent research into the aging skin microbiome has revealed that certain probiotic skincare products can actually help restore the balance of good bacteria on your skin. These aren't your typical moisturizers. They contain live cultures of beneficial bacteria that can recolonize your skin and push out the odor-causing strains. While this science is still relatively new, early studies are showing promising results, particularly for women over 60 who have been struggling with persistent body odor despite good hygiene. If you're interested in exploring this, look for products that specifically mention skin probiotics or postbiotics on the label. Let me be very clear about something. Body odor after 60 is not inevitable. It's not something you just have to accept and live with. And it's definitely not a sign that you're somehow failing at personal hygiene. It's a natural consequence of aging skin combined with certain habits that most of us were never taught were problematic. The good news is that now you know what's causing it, you know what's making it worse, and you know exactly how to fix it starting today. So here's your action plan. Tonight or tomorrow morning, whichever comes first, when you step out of the shower, don't reach for that towel the way you normally do. Stop, take a breath, and remember what you learned here. Pat, don't rub. Be gentle, treat your skin like the delicate, irreplaceable organ that it is. Then, while your skin is still damp, apply moisturizer everywhere. Make this your new normal, commit to it for just 2 weeks and see what happens. I promise you the results will speak for themselves. And if you found this information valuable, if it answered a question you've been too embarrassed to ask anyone else, then please share this video with your friends, your sisters, your mother, your book club. Every woman over 60 deserves to know this. We've been taught to scrub harder, use stronger soaps, and mask our natural scent with more products. But the real solution was always gentleness, simplicity, and working with our bodies instead of against them. Now, I want to address something that many of you might be experiencing but feel too uncomfortable to mention, even to your own doctor. It's the issue of intimate area odor. Yes, we're going there because this is a safe space, and this information could genuinely change your quality of life. The same principles we've discussed about aggressive towel drying apply even more critically to your intimate areas. In fact, this is where the damage from rough drying can be most severe and most noticeable. The skin in your intimate areas is already thinner and more delicate than the rest of your body. After menopause, when estrogen levels drop, this skin becomes even thinner, drier, and more prone to irritation and bacterial imbalance. A 2023 study in the Journal of Women's Health found that 72% of women over 60 experience some degree of vulvovaginal atrophy, which is the medical term for this thinning and drying. And when you add aggressive towel drying to this already compromised area, you're essentially creating the perfect storm for persistent odor issues. Here's what you need to know. After using the bathroom or showering, the intimate area should be patted dry with the softest, gentlest touch possible, or better yet, allowed to air dry for a minute or two before getting dressed. Never, and I mean never, rub this area vigorously with a towel. The micro tears you create in this delicate tissue heal even more slowly than on other parts of your body, and the bacterial imbalance they cause can lead to chronic odor that no amount of washing seems to fix. Some women even develop recurrent infections because of this one simple mistake in their daily routine. And while we're on this topic, let's talk about the products you might be using down there. If you're using any kind of feminine wash, douche, or scented wipe, please stop immediately. I know they're marketed as making you feel fresher and cleaner, but they're actually doing the exact opposite. These products destroy your natural pH balance and wipe out the protective lactobacilli bacteria that keep your intimate area healthy and odor-free. Gynecologists have been begging women to stop using these products for decades, but the marketing is so powerful that many women, especially seniors, still believe they need them. The truth is, warm water is all you need for your intimate area. That's it. No soap, no special wash, nothing. Your body is designed to maintain its own healthy balance down there. And the best thing you can do is leave it alone, except for gentle rinsing with warm water. If you absolutely must use soap, use a tiny amount of the gentlest fragrance-free cleanser you can find, and only on the external area, never internally. This one change alone has helped countless women resolve chronic odor issues they've been battling for years. Let me share something else that's incredibly important, but rarely discussed. Your underwear choices matter more than you might think when it comes to body odor after 60. If you're wearing underwear made from synthetic materials, especially styles that are tight or don't allow air circulation, you're trapping heat and moisture against your most delicate skin all day long. This creates what dermatologists call an occlusive environment, which is basically a bacteria breeding ground. The solution is simple. Switch to 100% cotton underwear in a comfortable, non-restrictive style. Yes, it might not be as pretty or sexy as lace or satin, but your skin will thank you. And honestly, feeling fresh and odor-free all day is far more attractive than any fancy underwear that's making you uncomfortable and smelly. Here's another aspect of this whole issue that connects directly to your bathroom habits. The timing of your shower matters. Many women shower first thing in the morning, which makes sense for starting the day fresh, but here's something interesting. If you're someone who exercises, does yard work, or gets sweaty during the day and then doesn't shower again until the next morning, you're allowing bacteria to feast on that sweat and multiply on your skin for hours and hours. By the time you finally shower, the odor-causing compounds have already been produced and have even absorbed into your clothes and bedding. Consider this approach instead. If you know you're going to have a physically active day, plan to shower in the evening instead, Or if you really prefer morning showers, take a quick lukewarm rinse in the evening after your activities. You don't need to do a full shower with soap and hair washing. Just a 5-minute rinse to wash away the sweat and bacteria before they have a chance to create those stubborn odor compounds. This simple timing adjustment can make a dramatic difference in how you smell the next day, and it requires almost no extra time or effort. Speaking of bedding, let's talk about your sheets and pillowcases for a moment. If you're not washing your bedding at least once a week, the bacteria, dead skin cells, and body oils that accumulate there are transferring back onto your clean skin every single night. This is especially problematic if you sleep warm or tend to sweat at night, which many women do after menopause due to hot flashes and night sweats. Those bacteria are literally recolonizing your skin while you sleep, undoing some of the good work your gentle bathroom routine is doing during the day. The solution is straightforward but requires commitment. Wash your sheets, pillowcases, and any blankets or comforters that touch your skin weekly in hot water with that fragrance-free detergent we talked about earlier. If weekly washing feels overwhelming, at the very least change your pillowcase every 2 to 3 days. Your face, neck, and hair spend hours pressed against that fabric, and if it's harboring bacteria, it's contributing to any odor issues in those areas. Some women find it helpful to buy extra sets of pillowcases so they can swap them out easily without doing full laundry loads. Now let's discuss something that might seem unrelated but actually has a significant impact on body odor, and that's stress. When you're stressed, anxious, or worried, your body produces a different type of sweat than when you're just hot or exercising. This stress sweat comes from apocrine glands, which are concentrated in your armpits and groin area, and it's actually richer in proteins and fatty acids that bacteria love to break down into smelly compounds. A study in the journal Stress and Health found that women over 60 often experience chronic low-level stress related to health concerns, financial worries, and life changes, and this chronic stress directly correlates with increased body odor complaints. What can you do about this? First, recognize that managing your stress isn't just good for your mental health, it's good for your body odor too. Simple stress reduction techniques like deep breathing exercises, gentle stretching, walking in nature, or even just sitting quietly for 10 minutes a day can lower your stress hormones and reduce that apocrine sweat production. It might sound too simple to be effective, but the research backs this up. Women who practiced regular stress reduction techniques reported 23% less body odor intensity over 8 weeks compared to those who didn't, even without changing anything else about their hygiene routine. Here's another practical tip that builds on everything we've discussed. Create what I call a skin barrier recovery station in your bathroom. This is simply a designated spot where you keep all the gentle products you need for your new routine. Your soft microfiber or cotton towel, your fragrance-free moisturizer, maybe a gentle body oil for extra dry areas, and your pH-balanced cleanser. Having everything in one place makes it easier to stick to your new habits because you don't have to hunt for products or think about what to use next. You just follow your routine automatically. And while we're talking about setting yourself up for success, let's address the mental and emotional side of this issue. Many women feel deeply embarrassed about body odor. They worry that others notice, they feel self-conscious in social situations, and some even start avoiding activities they used to enjoy because they're afraid they smell. If this is you, I want you to know that you're not alone, you're not dirty, and you're not failing at something you should naturally know how to do. You're simply dealing with a normal biological change that was never properly explained to you, and now that you have this information, you can fix it. One more thing I want to mention that can make a surprising difference is your medication routine. Many common medications that seniors take can affect body odor. Antidepressants, blood pressure medications, hormone replacement therapy, and even some antibiotics can alter your sweat composition or increase how much you sweat. If you've noticed your body odor changed after starting a new medication, that's not a coincidence. Talk to your doctor about whether this is a known side effect and if there are alternative medications you could try. Sometimes a simple switch can resolve an odor problem you thought was unfixable. Let's also talk about the role of your diet in more detail because this deserves more attention than I gave it earlier. Beyond just sulfur-rich foods, there are specific dietary patterns that can either help or hurt your body odor situation. Women who eat a diet high in processed foods, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats tend to have more pronounced body odor because these foods promote inflammation and alter your gut microbiome, which in turn affects your skin microbiome. On the flip side, women who eat plenty of fresh vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats like olive oil and avocado tend to have milder, less noticeable body odor. There's also something called chlorophyll, which is the green pigment in plants that has natural deodorizing properties. Increasing your intake of dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and parsley can actually help neutralize odor from the inside out. Some women even take chlorophyll supplements, which are available in liquid or tablet form specifically for this purpose. A small study in the Journal of Dietary Supplements found that people taking chlorophyll supplements daily reported 41% less body odor after 3 weeks. It's not a miracle cure, but combined with proper bathroom habits and skincare, it can be another helpful tool in your arsenal. Hydration deserves another mention too, because it's that important. When you're dehydrated, your sweat becomes more concentrated with waste products and minerals, which makes it smell stronger when bacteria break it down. Properly hydrated sweat is more diluted and produces less odor. Think of it like this. Concentrated orange juice smells stronger than diluted orange juice. Same principle with your sweat. Drinking adequate water throughout the day keeps everything diluted and less pungent. And as an added bonus, well-hydrated skin is healthier skin, which ties right back into everything we've discussed about maintaining that protective barrier. I also want to touch on something called hormonal changes and their impact on scent. Many women don't realize that even years after menopause, their hormones continue to fluctuate, just not in the predictable monthly cycle they experienced before. These fluctuations can cause temporary increases in sweating and changes in body odor. If you notice that some weeks you smell more than others, and you can't figure out why, it might simply be hormonal. This is completely normal and nothing to worry about. Just be extra diligent about your gentle drying and moisturizing routine during those times, and the issue typically resolves on its own within a few days. Finally, let's talk about confidence and how this all ties together. When you feel fresh and comfortable in your own skin, when you're not constantly worried about whether you smell, your entire demeanor changes. You stand taller, you engage more freely in conversations, you hug your grandchildren without hesitation. You don't spend mental energy wondering if people are backing away from you or if that look on someone's face means they noticed an odor. This mental and emotional freedom is just as valuable as the physical fix, and it all starts with something as simple as changing how you dry yourself after a shower. So here's my final challenge to you. Take what you've learned here and commit to it for 30 days. That's 1 month, mark it on your calendar. Take note of how you feel and smell at the beginning, and then check in with yourself after 30 days. I'm confident you'll notice improvements within the first week, but give it the full month to really see the transformation. And then come back to this video and leave a comment telling me what changed for you. Did your skin feel better? Did you need less deodorant? Did you feel more confident? Your success story might be exactly what another woman needs to hear to take action herself. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, if something wasn't clear, or if you have your own experience to share about this, please leave a comment below. I read every single one, and your stories help other women feel less alone in their struggles. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another video like this one. We're here to talk about the things nobody else is talking about, with honesty, compassion, and real science. Take care of yourself. You deserve to feel confident and comfortable in your own skin at every age.